This morning on Straight from the Streets, we find that the vines from the Ivy League reach into the hood. Raised in South Central LA's Nickerson Gardens, Richard Casey had a goal: to become a doctor. He did that, and he now serves his community. Keith O'Derrick brings us his story.
Your thing. Do what you want to do.
When did you decide to become a doctor, may I ask?
Well, I initially came up with the idea of becoming a physician as a child, but it really didn't materialize until I got on to college. I was fortunate enough to kind of have an idea of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be. Being of limited resources, my parents certainly weren't able to afford to send me to college, but fortunately my grades, my scholastic abilities were very good, and I was able to receive scholarships both to Occidental College, where I went here in Los Angeles, and also going on to Harvard Medical School. My inspirations actually were many. My interactions with my own personal physician probably was the most significant inspiration. I grew up right here. This is where I started off, living in Nickerson Gardens, living in the South Central Los Angeles area.
What was your childhood like here at the Nickerson Gardens?
It was much like any other childhood. It was very enjoyable. I mean, this was the world that I knew, and this is where all my family and my friends were, and it was everything. It was a very nice place to be. The range of what has happened with friends of mine from this area and from high school is quite broad. Some have taken the unfortunate path of drugs and violence, and some are no longer with us. There are others who are prospering, engineers, they're lawyers, and are doing quite well. I have friends who I see who work in the hospital, friends who are patients, family members who work in the hospital and are patients. I've taken care of a number of friends of my parents and grandparents and so forth. So that's a very rewarding feeling to be able to provide a service to them, a top level service to them, and knowing how they inspired me and helped nurture me when I was a younger person. I think that it has nothing to do with really where you're from. It's really what you plan to do with your life. Mm-hmm. And no matter where that is, you can be successful.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to.
And later on this month, the King Drew Medical Center will host a health fair on its front lawn.